where it's excelled the most, because the little small stuff like the Brazil comments would have been like, I'm using this as motivation. I don't need that. I don't need stuff like that for motivation.
Speaking about the Brazil comments, do you feel a little added pressure from Brazilian fight fans to win or get a knockout?
Oh no, because I always think of it like this: fans are fickle. So like if I don't do it in the way that they would want to, it would be like, downfall. Just in general with everybody. So I don't think about, I don't think about like the fight like that. I'm always thinking about what am I gonna do. What do I need to do to get this victory? Like I really don't put any added pressure on myself because, man, again, fans are fickle, so I'm always constantly thinking like that. But the fact that like the way I fight and the way I want to get it done is knocking them out, and if that brings more fans from Brazil wanting to see me do that, then fine, I'm all for it because they're gonna love it when I knock them out.
Yeah. So being a Houston kid myself, we see the impact. Yeah, H-Town. We see the impact of Saul Soliz. I'd be remiss to not bring him up. And then you fighting out of Metro Fight Club. How have the training camps, been since his passing?
Man, it's been a work in progress. I had that first camp, like he passed away, and then we had fighters fight 3 weeks later or 4 weeks later, and yeah, that sucked. Like I had to finish off the camp for those guys, man, because I had to be coach. I had to turn from fighter to coach and coach those guys, and then I ended up having to be a fighter and coach whenever I was fighting Davey Grant. So there was a lot of things that were going on, and like just the fact that like I felt weird a lot of times, like being in that coach's spot, and just being like, man, it's like I'm trying to fill some shoes that like I feel like are unfillable, So he's done so much, and he's done so much just for me, and he's done so much just for the fighters there in general, whether they're in the gym or not, So it was hard. It was kind of hard finding that little, I guess, not say comfortability, like just being able to be comfortable just sitting in that spot. But now that like this training camp has been a lot different in the sense like now I got like 2 people that my coach saw like was very fun. It's also another way of me dealing with it. Like Michael Chase Corley, like a really good Muay Thai coach, solid person, and also my coach Saul never had a bad thing to say about him. Same thing with Eve Edwards. So it's like it was just a smooth transition to work with those guys and for this training camp, and then hopefully I keep working with them because I really love what they had to offer. It was amazing.
Were you able to train at all with Raufeon Stots?
Oh yeah. No, right after his fight, Raufeon won his fight in Bellator. Like I shit you not, he showed up on a Wednesday, was already back training Thursday, and next week, and he's been there every single day doing 2 days with me. Like even when he doesn't have to. So like right before I left, like I had to be like, man, thank you so much for like showing up doing 2 days because you didn't have to. It's like thank you so much. Like I have a world-class training partner showing up for me 2 days, doing 2-3 days with me, and just pushing me the whole entire time. So I'm super grateful to have somebody like him in my training camp.
Is he like officially at Metro Fight Club or?
So yeah, his home base he lives in Houston, so he trains with us. He trains with us whenever he doesn't have a fight camp, and I think he's gonna do partial. He's gonna do some here in Houston, go to Vegas, come back to Houston, then go back to Vegas to train with Eric Nixick and those guys. So yeah, like it's kind of like split down the middle.
And then last question from me. Open scoring's been kind of a hot topic lately in MMA and even in boxing. I'm curious to know about your thoughts. Your last fight was split decision. Do you think that would be beneficial to have open scoring?
Yes, I do think I really would like to see open scoring implemented. At least if it's not implemented at the highest levels, at least put it somewhere in the regional scene where people who, man, like we talk about scoring or judges scoring here just in like the bad judges that come, like the bad judging that happens here in the UFC. Just imagine on the regional scene whenever they're on the path of trying to change their lives every single day. You get people they get to 4-0, and the next you know they have 3 bad decisions. You know, and they're kind of shitty. They're like 3 terrible decisions. You just kind of ruin that guy's career because now he has to win 4 more in an ecstatic fashion to get noticed. You know, 8-3 doesn't sound really good into the UFC. You know, for me, I was lucky enough to have like bangers of fights right after, and I got to 10-3. You know, that made it look better on my end. You know, I was 7-3, and I was thinking about like, oh damn it, like I don't know if I should keep doing it, but I doubled down on it, and fuck, I got to the contenders. So I feel like a lot of these, like I feel overall, if these fighters actually knew what the scorecard was going in, I feel like you'd see a lot of different fights going on. You know, even if it's not implemented in the UFC, in the bigger promotion at the early stages, I would 100% be behind it being put on the regional scene, because at least at least the fighter would know going into the 3rd round if he's up 2 or down 2, or if it's 1-1. You know, because a lot of times you can be super dominant, and next you know, like we're like, oh well, like you were beating him in the striking, but he did have you in cage control for like about 3 minutes. But I was doing a lot more significant strikes, but the ref sees him putting you on the fence for 3 minutes. It's like, oh, he's winning. So it'd be nice just to see a little change happen.
Good luck Saturday.
Okay, thank you.
All good. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys.